And then you've got all these black leaders, formerly Jesse Jackson, James Brown, you name it, James Brown, Jim Brown, and so many others that have known Trump for 40 years and know that the guy's super nice, super cool, hires a ton of African Americans, you know, when they're qualified, hires white people when they're qualified, just goes off how hard working you are and promotes people, and bought up these racist golf courses 35 years ago, the last two in the country that didn't let blacks and Jews in and made them all inclusive. They just know it's not true. So they've come out in defense of Trump, and they're being demonized by the race pimping folks on CNN, MSNBC who know full well what they're doing. So here we've got a video. NFL legends praise Donald Trump. Jim Brown, Ray Lewis, and others are now guilty of trumping while black, like Kanye West, who isn't perfect, but is now divorcing his wife and says he's getting out all the liberal garbage, and he doesn't believe the lies about Trump because he's known him for years, and came out in support of him, and then didn't hit anybody, didn't attack anybody. They said, you need to settle down, you're crazy, and grabbed him and locked him up in a mental institution for almost 2 weeks. Now the media is demonizing him as he dare visits president-elect. He took the red pill. Like Trump said, black unemployment has almost doubled under Obama. What do you got to lose? He's calling for these companies to invest in urban, mainly black areas. That's part of the phone calls. And what'll really make me happy, I'm going to get that tax on corporations cut, is I want you to move into these burnout urban centers. It's beyond real political correctness. It's actually bringing prosperity and self-respect that will end all this poverty and crap that the globalists are pushing to control us. Now, let's get to this clip, because then the media comes out and demonizes it. Here's NFL legends praise Donald Trump. Then I'm going to get to this incredible map. Here we go.
And to me, it's a match made in heaven. It's something that rather than go out and try to invent a vehicle to enhance the African-American community, we have a vehicle in place that we need the country to get behind, not just this administration, but for the country to get behind, so we can affect positive change in our communities.
How receptive of this Trump?
Oh, very, yes.
Very enthusiastic.
It couldn't have been a better meeting. The graciousness, the intelligence, the reception we got was fantastic.
The specific policies you guys talked about.
Would you repeat that?
Well, I think if you talk about what we're trying to really do from the urban developments, and job creations are everything. But I think, you know, we're talking about really what entrepreneurship really looks like from the individual themselves. I think what America I Can program has done for so many years is put us at that place, and now we have 30, 40,000 former gang members and people who's changed their lives. But what we believe with the Trump administration is if we can combine these two powers of coming together, forget black or white. Black or white is irrelevant. The bottom line is job creation, economic development in these urban neighborhoods to change the whole scheme of what our kids see for our next future.
And how would you characterize Mr. Trump's outreach to African Americans during the campaign? Do you feel that it was appropriate?
Yeah, well, I think what I do feel is that he's wide open to really helping us change what hasn't been changed. You know, you talk about, you go all the way back to $22 trillion since President Johnson was around, and you think about what that is, of what talking about, like, really solving poverty, $22 trillion that we haven't addressed yet, right? So for us as a black community, for Trump to even step up there, for Mr. President to step up there and say, I'm going to do that, that means everything. And I think that's why me and Mr. Brown is here today.
Did you all vote for him for president?
No, I did not.
The election is over. We don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about going forward. We're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about going forward.
I've been listened to, and we definitely have a partnership. Yep.
It's an extension of the outreach program that we put in place that you follow so very closely. Mr. Trump made a commitment to improving the conditions of the lives of African Americans in this country, and this is going to continue the work that we started during this campaign with the National Diversity Coalition and now with America I Can, Jim Brown, Ray Lewis, and it's a great combination. And the president-elect was very enthusiastic about it and committed to doing it.
I think he was excited.
He's made a commitment. He's given a verbal commitment. This was the first of many meetings. He's given us a verbal commitment, and then we're going to go forward. We're going to strategize, and then the next step will be implementation. We're not going to drag our feet talking about this for the next 3 years. This is something that the vehicle is already in place. The model already works.
That's right.
We're just going to energize and empower this model put the government behind it, put the Trump administration behind it, put the African-American community behind it, put the American community behind it, and we're going to get busy.
I notice those are all really smart, cool, sharp, good-looking guys. And there's tons of black men like that. You never see them on the news. They put these Don Lemon types, all effeminate, worshiping the government, worshiping corruption, worshiping welfare checks to keep people under control. You mentioned LBJ? Because I've read the writings of that particular NFL current player. He's talking about LBJ saying, I'll have the N-words voting Democrat for 100 years. It was about kicking men out of the house, domesticating people, and they've done it in 60 years. $22 trillion to screw up a community, not to help it, to induct you into prison. And Trump means on delivering jobs, high paying. That's why the world is so angry at him, because the globalists thought they'd won. And the model they've done in the black areas is the model for everybody. Look at the numbers. Every group is going the same direction. I even say in groups because everybody's just intermarrying. It's all a bunch of bull, man. Now, there's another clip where they try to derive a racial narrative out of this. You already heard her. Was it appropriate? He kept directly addressing the African-American community. I thought that's what you want. Obama wouldn't come to your communities. He'd just spew a bunch of race garbage and go on shows and say whites are more racist than ever. The ones that elected him, creating racism on both sides. So here's the next clip.
Does it concern you at all that in the top four, the big four cabinet posts, Mr. Trump hasn't appointed a woman or a minority?
No, it doesn't concern me. We're talking about this today. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this. This is what we're talking about. Our focus is right here.
Pause for a minute.
On this American.
Notice Trump's going out and getting the people that will actually get the job done. One of the best salesmen in the world, works in more countries than anybody. Rex Tillerson, you can say he's bad, say he's good. The point is he's going to get stuff done. He's going out and putting people in place that have the biggest and best credentials to deliver it. It's like in the NFL, you put in the slot whoever's the best player, no matter what color they are. It's the same deal. If you want the jobs delivered, if you want it to see, the Democrats will appoint some black faces, and then your unemployment doubles, and he won't come visit you. It's all image over substance. Trump doesn't care how he looks. He's going to deliver. Quote, you will not be disappointed. You want to be delivered, or do you want to get more bull? By the way, Pastor Manning has been a big fan of Trump, now thinks he's the worst thing since herpes. So he's popping in today. I like Manning, but I got to hear this because Manning's been saying some really goofy stuff. Like, he literally says if you're gay, that fire will shoot out like a torch, a blowtorch out of your rear end. So I'm serious. He goes, fire will shoot out of the... I love him to death, but I mean, he's just something else. Yeah, he calls Obama the long-legged Mac Daddy. I want to hear his new nickname for Trump. I love Manning. He's something else, I tell you. I don't know what's going on with him, though. Here, let's finish up the clip.
And implementing this program.
Any questions for Ray or for Jim Brown?
How do you help hope to use your platform, as famous athletes, as a commentator, to carry this message out there and also hold the administration to their word?
I think one of the things that it's no secret that, if Mr. Brown Papa Brown picks up a phone call and calls anybody in the nation right now who's in the world of athletics entertainment, that phone call is easily picked up. And so for myself, the moment he picked it up for me years ago, is the reason why I stand beside him right now with every vision he's put forth now. He's passed the torch to me to carry that now. And that's what I want to make sure we carry. But to reach anybody, there's nobody we can't reach. And I think that's why we're here, because we can bring a lot of people to work together. And
we're not here because of politics. We are here to help the President of the United States help the people that need help.
Yeah. Exactly. Instead of fighting with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dr. Consul personally, and I think he's an excellent choice for this. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just think that's one thing even Mr. President spoke about, is that's the things he can easily be educated on. Just like people go to classes and go to schools for everything, I'm pretty sure Dr. Consul can be caught up on housing very quickly. Yes. Yeah, brilliant guy.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you all. Have a good day. Which way do we go? This way. The other way?
All right, so there you go. There's Jim Brown actually trying to get investment in the black community, while everybody else runs around just trying to create divisions so they can be the race pimps over everybody. I didn't get to it this hour. I got a bunch of guests coming up, but I've got to get to it today The fake news list Watson put out last week dovetails with this new fake news graphic they've put out that's being passed around by MSM. And as usual, they won't say who made it because there's lawsuits connected to it, saying somebody's illegitimate, trying to shut them down out of business. Look, they say they've got stuff here that they say is totally nonpartisan and totally trustworthy, and they list NPR, BBC, The Washington Post, New York Times, NBC, ABC, AP, and Reuters, CNN, USA Today. I mean, this is ridiculous. CNN is one of the biggest liars. The Washington Post is so deceptive, it'll make your head spin. Turns out the CIA didn't say that. It was a subgroup, and the other agencies don't agree. They said all 17 agencies conclusively agree Russia stole the election. The BBC state-run and has been caught with giant pedophile rings in it, just like Penn State. I mean, you look at all these groups, this is crazy. Oh, most untrustworthy, Breitbart, and even lower than that. The lowest is InfoWars. We're the worst there is. That means we're the best there is, you know, an upside-down world. I love it. My name's John Hancock, baby. Get used to it. I sign my name big, proud, and bold. Stay with us. Three years ago, the Congress in the National Defense Authorization Act repealed the law that had been on the books for decades, barring the CIA and other agencies from engaging in domestic propaganda and disinformation. Over the weekend, they passed the Countering Disinformation and Propaganda Act that funds $160+ million to this new organization that will, quote, discover and counter with its own disinformation alternative media that they dub fake news. At the very same time, we see mainstream media claiming that Trump, myself, Tucker Carlson, you name it, are Russian agents, and that the American people really wanted Hillary Clinton, but the Russians somehow hacked in, and that's why Trump won. Yes, we've gotten Trump elected, but they're openly trying to overthrow that. Now more than ever, InfoWars needs your prayers and your support, and I need you to take the articles and the videos that are on the site and realize you're the reason we're having such an effect. You're the power of InfoWars. Get those articles, get those videos, get those special reports out to everyone you know. As we approach Christmas, I'm not even supposed to say that word now, our country's under such incredible thought police tyranny. It's important to be thankful, and I am extremely thankful to all of you that have prayed for us, that have spread the word about the broadcast, that have supported us, that have defended us, and that have financially supported us. We go out and search for the very best products, and we also develop amazing products and then bring them to you at very competitive prices. So when we have a sale, it really is a sale. That's why this week through the 17th, we can guarantee you'll get delivery before Christmas. Again, if you order by this Friday, the 17th, and you will get store-wide free shipping at InfoWarsStore.com. And on top of that, some of the biggest discounts of the year. 30% off Living Defense Parasite Cleanse. 50% off colloidal silver bullet, and free shipping. That is just an incredible deal. Brain Force Plus, now with 20% more in each bottle and 30% off. $19.95, can't beat that deal. Winter Sun, Vitamin D3, 25% off. Survival Shield, X2, Nascent Iodine, again, an amazing 30% off. BioTrue Selenium, 30% off, and that's just some of the specials. Check them out today at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free. The great crew will answer your questions, tell you about some of the other specials, and take your order if you'd like. 888-253-3139. And finally, from myself, Alex Jones, and the rest of the InfoWars crew and my family, I want to wish all of you a blessed and Merry Christmas.